I'm going to WrestleMania!
Look, I know.
No. I'm going to WrestleMania!
And I was going to sleep, but let's get into it. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Monday Night Heel, back at another YouTube video, man. Hey, and before we get into today's Raw review, I'm just gonna let you guys know right now, man, this Raw was absolutely terrible. -0 out of 10. I was like this during Raw. I was watching Raw like this. But before we get into today's video and today's rant, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you don't,
You are dust.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great gorgeous journey tonight.
Very classy, the maker of champions.
Andre, the giant.
WrestleMania.
Everyone has a
Ladies and gentlemen, it is electric.
The champ is here.
now with there being 18 days till WrestleMania, it has not felt like a WrestleMania season at all. And I know I'm not the only one. The entire IWC community can say that this has not been the season for WrestleMania. It just doesn't feel like it. It feels like another regular pay-per-view, like a SummerSlam or not even a SummerSlam, maybe a Fastlane or something. I don't know. But this is terrible. It's been a terrible season. We are now officially 2 years removed from the last WrestleMania that meant something. So now what we're getting is 2 years of lackluster, low storylines, little to none storylines build to WrestleMania. And this is what we're getting. So let's get into Monday Night Raw. So Nikki_MZ21 says, is Stephanie trying to turn Cody heel? Now Raw opens up with Cody Rhodes coming out, and first of all, let's just get one thing straight, Cody.
It's like, you don't even go here.
He comes out and he's hyping up the crowd and he's like, oh, New York, what do you want to talk about? So Stephanie McMahon comes out and she goes, I want to talk about your story. What's your story? Well, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about your story. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about your story. What's your story? So anyways, Stephanie, she basically tells Cody that this version of you cannot beat this version of Randy Orton. You don't have it in you to do it, and you're going to lose your title at WrestleMania, being the Mr. Corporate Kiss Up, champion. And so you got to tap into something else in order to beat this version of Randy Orton. And they go back and forth, and Cody's like, well, I know you have a history with Randy Orton, or this type of version of Randy Orton, but with all due respect, I'm not my father, and you're not your father either. So Stephanie then slaps Cody, and Cody turns around, he goes, I have 2 words for you. Crowd goes, suck it. He goes, thank you. And then that ends the segment. So Ben Zembrana, hopefully I said your name right, says, imagine paying for a ticket so you can yeet live in person with Jey Uso. And they put this out. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Death Rebel strikes again. And it's one thing if the Usos came out to their original day one-ish version of the song, but they came out to some type of, it's like day one-ish mixed with like club, like a Jersey club mix, I guess, because they're in New York, so it was like a doom 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 yeet yeet doom doom. Actually, that would have been way better than what they actually had. It was way worse. So, but yeah, I'm not, in my opinion, I'm not a fan of the song. I guess Jimmy Uso looked more of a fan of the song than Jay did, obviously, because I guess he got tired of coming out to, it's just me, Us. I'm like, dang, your brother's with you. Like, at least go back to day one-ish. But, yeah, in my opinion, I don't like the song, Death Rebel. Yeah, they're undefeated at this point. Hopefully they don't change Randy Orton's song. They change Randy Orton's song, we're gonna have to talk about some things right now. But, yeah, that was that. Usos came out for the match. And actually, let's get into the Usos match for a second. Guys, like, seriously, at this point, I'm shaking my head, like banging my head on the wall. I'm confused. At the last 3 weeks until WrestleMania, and we have new tag team champions. Now, I'm not one to be upset about tag team or just any change of goal, but this change doesn't make sense. They lose to the Vision, and not even the main core of the Vision. They lose to the mascots of the Vision, the leftovers of the Vision. That makes the Usos look extremely weak before WrestleMania. So, like, we have not been building between the Vision versus the Usos. This is all a last minute. This happened last week when Paul Heyman was like, "Yeah, you're gonna go for those belts. Don't worry about it." And now they're the champions. Like, I'm honestly confused on what we're doing in this company. I'm really curious to what you guys think about this Stephanie and Liv feud. Is this a feud that you, for the world title, that you expected to come out of this? And I guess maybe we don't have any expectations on this, but what do we think about this feud? Like, is this feud something that's making you want to watch their match at WrestleMania, or does it just feel like another Raw episode, like a Raw match, right? Because that's what it's giving to me. It's giving another regular SmackDown or Raw, because Liv comes out and talks about how she doesn't hide behind anybody and that Stephanie's scared to face her one-on-one, and then Stephanie comes out and they start brawling and everything, and then lo and behold, we get the return of Roxanne Perez, who comes to the aid of Liv Morgan, and they both jump Stephanie and stand tall to end the segment. So everything Liv just said it's not valid, because again, she's hiding behind someone else. So I don't know. What do you guys predict about what do you guys thoughts on this match? We then get something that actually feels like WrestleMania must-watch entertainment. We get the confrontation between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar again. And this brawl, or it started off almost brawl, with Paul Heyman coming out and him and Brock talking about some last week, Brock wasn't ready. Oba caught Brock off guard, and now he's dressed for a fight. And so Adam Pearce comes out and tries to stop it and say, "No, we're saving this for the real main event of WrestleMania." And he said, "So we're not going to do this. So I need you guys to leave the ring." And as soon as he said that, the lights went black, and the ruler came to the ring. It was. I ain't gonna lie. The hype of this match is extremely through the roof for me. I'm actually looking forward to this. So these guys just get a little stare down. Getting close face to face. Triple H comes out and he's in the middle of them, and basically telling them, "We're just saving this for WrestleMania. You're not doing this tonight. You're saving it for WrestleMania." And so it just adding more intrigue to the match, and the must see factor of it. And so I'll rate that segment. That segment's a 10 out of 10. Any segment with Obafemi for me, is up there. So we move on. And Victoria NYX says, "F it. Give me Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce at WrestleMania." Now, honestly, I'm not Victoria. I'm not mad at that. Now, hear me out. Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman. Now, that's something that's been building up since the beginning of the year, since the debut of Netflix, and as we've been seeing and progressing throughout, week after week, Paul Heyman has been getting under the skin of Adam Pearce and vice versa. On tonight's episode, Paul Heyman was saying, Adam Pearce kept asking Paul Heyman, "Did you check your email? Did you check your email?" And Paul Heyman said, "Well, if you want to take me on a date, I don't think you should email me." And that was just a little hilarious. That was hilarious, because I wasn't expecting that to come from Paul Heyman. But that's a warranted feud that a lot of people will pay money to see at WrestleMania. So shout out to you, Victoria. That was probably one of the most funniest comments I've seen throughout the night. And let's move on. Speaking of an unwarranted feud, so Paul Heyman comes out and basically gloats and says, "Yeah, that's why the Vision now are your new tag team champions." And so he's talking, he's celebrating, and Adam Pearce comes out. They're best of friends. He comes out and says, "Hey, Paul, did you check your email? Your email, Paul. Did you check it?" Paul's like, "I'm not checking. Why would I need to check my email?" And he says, "Well, if you did, you would know that Seth Rollins is no longer in custody, and he's medically cleared to compete." So then that cues Seth Rollins' music to play. Seth Rollins, pulling out his Shield playbook, comes from behind Paul Heyman and hits him with the chair. And right before he gets ready to stomp him, we get the, return of Gunther. No one had this on their bingo card. I guarantee you. Gunther comes out and he chokes out Seth Rollins and then points at the WrestleMania sign. So I guess we're getting Gunther versus Seth Rollins? All right. So Exonice, I think that's how you say your name, says, "At Netflix, having 7 ads during Raw is criminal when I pay for 0 ads. Fix it." See, hey, Exo, this is why you need to have your lucky red button. Y'all already know you gotta have that red button. That's why we don't watch these shows live. 7 ads for 2 good segments. in 3 hours is criminal. Speaking of criminal, guys, I've seen this on my timeline and this just has to be addressed. Royce Keys. Do you guys remember who Royce Keys is? You might not. You might be thinking I'm talking about Rolls Royce keys. That's a different type of keys. He's had one debut match, and that was at the Royal Rumble. Danhausen, I think he's at a total of 10 now, maybe 11 appearances since his debut. That is criminal. Why sign these guys and gals to not use them? What is the purpose of it? So I don't know. You guys let me know. But Danhausen, yes, he's definitely been used, and I'm not gonna lie, he's definitely growing on me. We then get to the main event, which is CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and this one wasted no time. As soon as Roman came to the ring first, and he asked the crowd to acknowledge him, CM Punk wasted no time. I'm talking about putting his tape on while he walked into the ring, and they immediately started getting active. And you know, they were brawling all over the ring. You had the officials trying to break it up. CM Punk hits Roman with a GTS. Roman hits one of the backstage people with the spear, and then CM Punk throws Roman Reigns. He powerbombs him through the announce table. Shades of what happened last week, and then they go off the air. But yeah, man, that was my review on Monday Night Raw. Let me know in the comments below, was it good, was it mid, or was it poor? I got some more videos coming for you guys soon, so stay tuned for that. And honestly, WWE needs to change. You know how they used to have the do not try this at home? Now they need to have for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, do not watch this live. But yeah, man, that's it for your boy. I've been Monday Night Heel, and I'm going to see y'all boys in the next video. Like the video by throwing your ones up in the sky and
Acknowledge me!